Today we're going to switch my screen to, we're actually going to go into the internet today. So today, good morning, happy Monday, it's a new month. Lovely and sunny in London, so let's get it. Quick look through the economic calendar. To be honest, I hate doing this because I hate data. I don't actually look at data to trade on, I just look at it as like in terms of a volatility event to maybe not trade. But I'm not really going to look at it because I guess Viking would do that. In terms of liquidity, there's decent chunk just up here at 99.8. I guess 99.7 around here. Around this peak from 100k on the 21st of February. So if we were to go further up, that would probably be my next target. But right now, I'm kind of just waiting to see if we get the retest of, you know, um, let's call it, let's see how 89 to 90k reacts, and then if we get down to 84, 85 down to the base, then we'll see how that reacts and that holds, and then, yeah, also 100k with the mega liquidity here. There's probably a better one on trading light. I actually got my trading light. Can everyone see that fine? Let me just check that that's fine. That looks fine. You can all see that works. You can pause it and come back. Cool. Nice. Because then I can show you. Obviously, a lot of the liquidity to the downside has been taken, and this is the major pocket up here. 99.5 to, let's call it 101. Now if we go over to trading lead. Whoops. Let's move on the 4 hour. Let's actually go on the 1 hour. So it's possible that you could catch a short somewhere between 94k and I guess 95k if these lot get taken out. But there's not like a whole. There is a lot of longing at this top candle here. There's not like a whole lot of shorts in place just here. So if we were to like come up, it's probably more likely that we break and go a little bit higher. But right now, I'm not really looking too far for that. If anything, I would probably short this retest at 94 down into possibly 89 or even 86k down at the base of the move. And maybe just wait for a Stuber. But let's just have a look at the TPO quickly on the hourly. Okay, we're actually kind of gaining it, yeah? We actually tested the low and we're gaining the mid of the TPO, and then we're going to probably test the high. Looks quite exactly the same as this, both of these structures here. So, do I have a brush on this on trading light? That's a pencil. Here we go. Touch of the bottom, gain of the middle, retest higher. Same thing again. Actually, no retest this time, just higher. So it's uptrending on the TPO as well. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, let's leave that for now. Last but not least, long to short ratio. Let's have a look quickly. On the 4 hour, okay, so last night we had more shorts in the market, which was nice. We're now coming into more longs in the market, probably because we're having a little dip and people are trying to long the dip. Same thing with long to short ratio here. We were on 1.27, which was actually quite nice. We came down all the way from 2.67 on the 28th of Feb. So that was literally, what, on Friday? Yeah. And since we're having a little bit of a climb, which is fine, yeah, it's kind of to be expected. Where's my mouse gone? What the fuck? My mouse is gone. Okay. Yeah, not too much to worry about. We do actually have a lot of longs coming in on this one candle. So let's just go back to this. I want to actually just see how much. Yeah, not crazy amounts. Not crazy amounts. Not too bad. All right, let me switch it back over. Screen. Change windows. Okay, back to that. switch this back to that. I'll move this. Alright, cool. Nice. So, let's get into some weekly stuff, because that is kind of what we really want to do. First, I'll probably actually talk about just a couple of trades, and then we'll get into some weekly stuff, and then we'll get into probably what you should be doing right now, or how you should be looking to trade this at least. Let's go weekly. So first of all, total one. I'm just gonna take that off so we can see it easily. Yeah, we're still closed above the weekly swing of the previous all-time high. It was looking quite rough at one point this week because we were all the way down here, but since we've closed above it, and I still think there's a good chance of just doing this sort of like channel down into here, maybe like that, and then we'll get like one pop, and we'll either like fail at the highs, bear div, or do a swing fail. I think that's quite probable actually. But yeah, that's a nice weekly close on in the complete totals. Oh, why is my mouse bugging this morning? Total 2 actually got a really good weekly close as well since it's coming down, but obviously it's Monday, so completely fine. Actually closed above its Q2 and this swing, which is it's pretty nice. It obviously shows us quite a lot of buying pressure. And then yeah, Solana's just testing obviously the previous swing high as well, which is fine. And others looking a little bit down in the dumps. Bitcoin DOM is actually, it's trying to keep breaking up. We have seen a little bit of breakdown in the last sort of like few days. Well, actually, couple of weeks with these candles here. But we need to stay below this swing at 61.1% and preferably break this low under November to start an actual downtrend. Right now, it kind of just looks like it's consolidating around this previous peak. Bitcoin also continuing to dump. So yeah, we had a nice little candle yesterday, but it's just not doing anything, is it, to the price? Well, not too much interest in that. We will go. Let's look at the weekly candle for Bitcoin. Not on that though. Let's have a look on. Yeah, so we actually closed above the yearly open and above this structure here, so 93.5. This is a really, really bullish close. Obviously, I'm not ruling out doing the full move down to 70k. I still think it is very much on the table, but I mean for now that's an extremely, extremely bullish close on the weekly. And even the daily, we've actually regained some of this stuff. So I'm just currently waiting. Obviously, this is going to act as heavy resistance, and we are still in a downtrend on the daily. If we want to flip this downtrend, higher low, and then gain that, and it's done. Really, obviously, the gain of this, because this is what led us to the dump, would be the most important. But if we just do that higher low on March and gain the yearly open again, or decisively on the daily, I think that will be, we're going up now, lads, for sure. It's definitely not for sure yet. Like, this is still in a downtrend on the daily. I have to reiterate. But it's for sure at least a little bit exciting that we can see one Trump tweet and the whole market goes crazy. Like, I actually do think I was saying this, like, all it takes is one Trump tweet. Like, I've been saying this for like probably all of last month. So, but yeah, I mean, it might just end up like last time, like in November when Trump won and we had that nice little rally, and then it was all just hot air because, it's just news. There's not actually anything changing the market, but I think people are going to start buying again probably on this news. Or at least if we get down to 70k Bitcoin, like on a crazy sort of like, oh no, there's another war, or if we just like continue, say we do that and then we underside retest and then we come down and do like the full one, I think there'll be a lot of buyers in here, like a lot, and for alts. So Yeah, and then we'll hopefully just get at least like a full-on retest of the high, or maybe like a divergent higher high where the alts really, really rip, and that'll be it. That'll be best case scenario. Anyway, so yeah, Bitcoin is looking nice. Right now, if you're not in a trade, I would obviously advise you not to like start like chasing it and jumping in. There's quite a lot of Stuber fibs just from the low to the high, or even from the local low to the high, to come down, into here and even to the low. So I wouldn't be trying to long in this area. On the contrary, I'd actually be trying to short probably the retest of this, because there's probably a little bit of liquidity up here that they could take before they reverse it. So if you're not in a trade, or you missed the move or something, just just chill out, come down, wait for the next one, which could be like a retest of that. You could short that, or maybe that, or try and long a little bit lower. We'll see how it reacts to this swing here. So, whoops, no. Sort of like this little area here, 89 to 90k. I don't think it's not really that important, but yeah, we've gone straight up through here, so I definitely think that something on the way down, maybe even 86, 87, 89. Like, we've got so much support now, or levels to retest lower, that yeah, that's kind of what I'm hoping or looking for. Just a quick one on my trades though. GG on the Pico bottom of Solana. Um, I had a couple like light orders stacked. I think it was 2.8 to like 2.65, with a stop at like, I don't know. I think it was 120 because it was quite a low leverage trade, but I had some decent, like couple decent orders in there that got hit. And yeah, I sold most off on yesterday, because I just think we're gonna get the nice retrace and then we can reload it. So yeah, that was a decent little trade. I'm quite happy that Sol was one of the coins that was on those things. But also AVAX, I think we were looking at this last week. We were actually looking at this daily chart, being like, "Yo, is this bottomed? Like on the 786 in the overlapping demand, this is a bottomed chart, especially when it's bull diving on the daily." So yeah, we've got a nice little long on that. It's actually, I do have to say this though, as much as it looks bottomed, sorry, this is still in a downtrend. This little bit, like, this hasn't actually broken anything to the upside. We're kind of just grinding down, which actually is quite a good sign. Um, Consolidating down channel usually means it's going to break up. Consolidating up channel like that usually means it's going to break down. Obviously not always, but yeah. So we do need to change some structure here, which would be, let's hold this low. Let's hold September and March, and then let's like make a new high which tests at least here. Step ladders up there, and then we can talk about trend change. We can talk about something like that on the daily. But yeah, I've taken most of my profit from my longs, and I'll reload it if we do get something nice. So yeah, I mean, it's been definitely an interesting week. One thing I am watching that I would like to talk to you guys about is render. Now, I've attached these two lows, obviously of importance, the previous ones, and we probably also have a swing here which is easily visualized by the green demand zone. Right now, we do have a test of that swing and a regain so far with bull div on the daily. This is something I quite like to see on bottom charts on the daily. And yeah, it possibly could be good for a hold here. It's actually just something that I'm watching and keeping an eye out for, as this could prove area of support, and even March actually. However, obviously, we need to like change the trend, and what do? We need to break that and at least test here, and then we'll actually get some sort of semblance of trend change, and we can start looking up to yearly open and stuff like that. But yeah, another coin that had a really nice pump was ADA. So ADA, ADA. So what we have is we actually have a bull div on the daily, which broke down from this Q2. Had a wick that tested this swing in here, which I think was my target from ages ago. Like I think back here, I was like, I'm surprised. I'll be surprised if we don't retest something like in here. And then we did this pump, and I was like, oh, maybe we won't get it. And then we did the whatever. But yeah, retested that swing, and I've since had a major bounce, probably all the way up to the highs. Really. I mean, it's looking really good. It's above its yearly open. So it's Feb at the moment, which is finding support on. I think it will probably retest lower. Um, this is obviously the low now, the Q2 in the March. This is like the low. And I'd say you kind of want to hold 80, and yearly open's quite nice as well. So you've probably got a good spot in there to try and long. Conversely, you also have, you can just do this on any chart now that we've had a massive pump. The stupid pocket a little bit lower if it does decide to come and do a full retrace for longs. So yeah, that's probably the playbook for any coin that you're looking at trading or wanting to trade. It's either pull a fib from the low to the high, try and short this high if you've had a really big pump, but don't do it. Don't try to catch the knife, or just map out some levels lower and see if we can catch some longs on a nice little retrace this week. But I hope some of these things do higher lows so we can continue the party, because that's still in a downtrend. That's still in a downtrend. That's looking decent near. But yeah, some things are still in a downtrend. Now, next thing I wanted to talk about, I did a quick I actually did a quick post. So I'm talking like a retard this morning. I did a quick post about when Trump said there will be other valuable coins in the reserve whatever, the reserve currency balance sheet or whatever. And so we can start to speculate possibly what they could be. There were a couple good shouts in the chat. I obviously instantly thought Aave because it's the biggest DeFi coin, and Trump has obviously been accumulating it through his company World Liberty Finance. Obviously, um, it's quite a big DeFi is quite a big part of crypto. It's probably one of the main institutional interests in it. So I think that's got a good chance of maybe getting in there, along with AVAX, obviously because of JD. Dodge, I'm not so sure about. Obviously, I think, do you know what? I think Elon's going to do something with Dodge quite soon, and possibly X. I mean, the prospect of having like X with X payments and Dogecoin crypto and stuff is obviously quite cool and exciting. You could probably liken it to like WeChat in China. So I think that probably is going to happen at some point. But I'm not sure if it's going to make it into the like reserve currency sort of like thing. Another good shout that someone actually had was Link. So Link, obviously being the biggest Oracle and stuff like that, actually has some real world use, and I feel like it probably will make it onto like the valuable sort of list. But we don't really know how expansive it's going to be and like how many altcoins they're going to put in it. I'd probably advise them against putting too many altcoins in it because it just makes it more risky. You have to properly like these projects have to be the shit. So they've got XRP, Sol, ADA, Bitcoin, ETH, possibly Aave. I like the sound of Link joining, and then possibly AVAX as well as an outside chance. I think you know that's probably where I'm looking at that. So yeah, um, I think that's my rattle over. today, what should we do? Should we look through some charts and set some orders on super fibs or lower for longs, or should we? I mean, I don't really want to try and catch like a little scalp trade just now. I kind of want to wait for the open. So I guess we'll just like flick through all these like all the big charts and see what we can find. And then oh, actually, okay, yeah, there is one thing that I would like to show you that I was looking at on Friday, which how I knew that it was possibly the bottom just after my stream. And I'll show you guys the really simple setup again. Let's try get this on like Owlies are cooled off ton. Yeah, I think it could go for the high, but I am looking for lower, possibly. So, as you guys know, well, you might not know, but recently I've been talking about this very simple setup to spot reversals. Now, it simply just uses the wave master, the volume delta, and the retail stablecoin demand. I don't have mine on inverted, by the way, but you can invert this so the line is like going with your oscillator, basically. I learned to read it this way, so I just keep it like this. And you'll find that quite a lot of the time, when you have a massive shorting candle, or conversely, if you're pumping and you have a longing candle at the top slash bottom, and this coincides with the harmony being bottom slash topped, or and retail stablecoin demand being topped in this sense, as in all of retail in stablecoins, or bottomed if you're pumping. This usually indicates an area of reversal, or at least like some sort of bounce. So I was watching these charts like on the day, and I was saying, okay, this is probably an area of reversal. On the daily, it's quite hard to see because um, you need to wait for the daily candle to close, and then you kind of like, it's looking a little bit. But the principle remains the same that if you get, for example, major shorting at the bottom, and the retail stablecoin demand is completely bottomed or topped, and the oscillator possibly says that you're going to get a reversal, it does have quite a high hit rate. You can also use this on the 4 hour, but the retail stablecoin demand is a little bit more. Um, it moves a bit faster. So look, we've already come down to bottom it at the top here, and a little bit of longing, and we're starting to get trend change on the node. I mean, it's quite nice to see on these coins when you get the blowout wick. And so yeah, I saw that this was probably going to be some sort of bottom, possibly when we peaked out on this candle here. So these two, and then the 12-hour candle closed there. So yeah, the 12-hour is quite nice to see it because it's a half time frame, and you get the like midday close before the daily, which is 4 hours. Let's see if it looks similar on ETH. ETH did a little bit more of a dump first, but we still got that major selling candle, and then we got the reactive after. So yeah, let's have a look on Sol as well quickly. Yeah, I guess probably looks cleaner in the daily. And so yeah, if I went into trading light and I looked at this candle, there's actually a lot of longs on side here. Possibly take those first. Yeah, I think that's going to retest. That's why I sold most of my trade. So if that does retest the low, there's probably if we draw a stube on Sol here. Let's go and do it quickly. That could be a possible area for a long, or even if we just hold this low. I mean, there's a lot of support below, isn't there? September's retested. That's not retested, but it doesn't really need to be. I'd just say probably somewhere in here if we hold, or obviously the stupid pocket around September, and maybe even lower. But yeah, I'm just looking for retest now to relong, or if we come back up to the highs, maybe catch a little short, possibly over here. There's actually another chance. That's a little bit too high for me. Maybe on the 618 there. But yeah. So yeah, it does work. It definitely does work. And we could just test it out on a couple other charts quickly. They actually have nice longs in place on that 4 hour. Let's see the 12 hour. It's probably selling on this candle here. Yeah, not much volume. Not much volume, but a lot of selling on that candle with the reactive, and then that candle we actually fell a little bit lower. This probably bull dived as well on the 4 hour. Yeah, it did. So, yeah. It's pretty decent. You can definitely incorporate it into looking for bottoms or tops or reversals. But yeah, let's go back into here, into the standard one. And yeah, I guess I'll just start asking you guys what you're looking at and what you're trading, and then I'll flick through a couple charts now, and we'll have a little look. There's actually another little fib technique that I seen Viking use. Can you please look at Ina? For sure, brother, for sure. Um, I'm not really going to explain how to do it now, but if anyone wants me to explain this sort of fib technique, I'm happy to possibly give you the secret sauce. I learned this quite a while ago when I was doing my mentorship with Will, and I've just replaced it with the 786 AA6 pocket because it's just so much more simpler, but this has its own merits. That sort of that fib technique. But yeah, Popcat's actually looking a little bit toppy here. Yeah, bear div. Yeah, it's slightly bear dived on the hourly. Actually, I don't think there's a trade there. I'm not really feeling that. I'm not really feeling that. Did we actually do the Stuber? No, we didn't. Okay. So yeah, another actually quite a funny story. I was actually doing some scalping on the weekend, and I was like, "Yo, let's scalp a little bit of Sui out." And I fumbled this so bad. I think I had a couple orders like set in here just after I missed it, and then I marketed in here. Was like, nah, 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 fuck that. Stopped out. Well, basically break even. And then when I went to I was going out and like spending time with my family. We literally just hit here. But I was on the train. I was like, oh fuck, like I can't really be bothered to like market smash this. And we just literally did that, and then literally Trump dropped his tweet, and we did 16% instantly. That was funny. That was good fun. Kato Grass Tia Bearer hype. Be my fun recently. Let's go, bro. Lucky one. Nah, I didn't catch it. I didn't act on this trade, but yeah. Let's look at Ina first. Ina on the Binance. So, Ina, well, done a full retrace. That's for sure. Daily band's still slightly bit lower, so it's possible that we could go slightly lower here. It's likely that this sort of area, if we do see, the market start to turn up, like if that 79k was the low and we do a higher low on Bitcoin, it's likely that this area will probably be the bottoming area. I wouldn't rule out any like small like dumps or wicks into here, but that would probably cap it off to me. I mean, that's still like what 30%. Jeez. But obviously on charts like this, you probably looking further up, possibly. Um, yeah, so we've done the first test, I guess, of this. Um, it's probably going to go and test the load now. That load's tested. Um, New high on the 4 hour. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. If we hold this low here. Whoops, let's take that off actually. If we hold this low here, should be looking good to go. That hidden bull div's already played out. What are you looking? Do you have a big spot bag? Are you looking to leverage trade this? Oh, you got a trade on. Okay, your stop loss is 3.8. Did you take profit up here? Anywhere up here? Sort of like here in this swing. Because if you didn't, you probably didn't. No, I missed it. Okay. If your whole risk is still on the table, I would just obviously wait. You might get a little bit a little bounce here, either up to there or up to the high, where you should be looking to take some profit or your risk out. Um, yeah, and if you just come back down to these levels again, it's time to relong. Although you probably still have most of your trade left in, so you don't really want to relong it until you take some out. I don't see no reason why this can't continue with the bull div on the daily. It's just that I don't think we're like completely out of the like all bull town, moo town out of the window yet. But it doesn't look bad. We just need to hold August really. Hold 40 cents and we're good to go. And it will stay. So just keep your stop loss in it. Yeah. Keep your stop loss. Try not to keep much risk on the table because if it does stop out, you're gonna want to relong it and not take an L. But yeah, it looks quite bottomy. It might not pop off like tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah. What is Ina? I have 100,000 position. Oh, bro. There's way too much risk on the table. It did a round trip. That's unfortunate. We've all been there before, eh? We've all been there before. Um, yeah, just in the future, if you have like 10% TP at this high, or even like here, just like 10% orders, then you can just have your stop at break even. If it hits it, you can just relong if it looks good. But now your risk is on the table, and you could possibly get worked out, which is not great. But anyway, it's not too bad as long as you got your stop in, you'll be alright. Kato Grass Tio Bearer hype. Right. Yeah, it's a nice little strong little coin. Nice little strong little coin here, lad. Yeah, I mean, continue up. Hold March, continue up. That's my. There's not really too much to say on something that doesn't have. It probably has more. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Okay. Are you logging that? No, it's new. Yeah. Yeah, Prab, don't worry about that. Like, if you don't set the TPs and you go to sleep, like it happens. Something you got to stop on. Uh, and you obviously probably try and take a little bit of profit last time, just so you haven't got a lot of money left on the table. They'd be hunting your stop losses and stuff, bro. Bearer. Okay. Heavy resistance. Low that we don't want to break. Here. I think they could possibly do a little bit more down. This is tested. Bear div, yeah, bear dived on a 4 hour. Not too bad. Possibly weekly open retest inbound on this. I mean, it's kind of in the accumulation swing here, which is about, let's call it 6.6 to 7.5. It's quite a big area actually. It's a bit too big. I'll possibly wait for that to develop a little bit lower, maybe. Bear it out right now, waiting for something. Yeah, exactly. This chart is just like it's good. It's interesting. Why is my mouse bugging? Maybe I'm running out of battery. I might have to use my trackpad. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah. This is just like it's a bit of a nothing chart at the moment. Jamie smashing my mouse off. Lol. Yeah, not really too much there on me. Let's have a look at grass. Man, I'm smoking grass. Oh, damn. Slow down, baby girl. It's late. I'm up from the States. Damn, another coin above its yearly open. You know, it looks good, but I wouldn't try to long this. It's just, it seems, actually, it seems like at some point we're going to retest this, which is also March and this swing. It's actually probably more like that. Take those off. We're probably going to retest that, which we actually have on this wick, but more, I'm actually trying to exemplify this little swing here and this peak. I think we'll probably do that at some point. If we do that now, great. I think we're going higher. And if we hold this and do that, we're probably going to do a full retrace before anything else. That would probably be my thought on this. I don't, you know, I guess you could have longed that retest, but I think this is possibly going to make a lower high here, or maybe one more high into this demand. Even that is 15% from the yearly open. It's not a bad trade, is it? It's not a bad trade, is it, mate? Yeah. So that hourly demand zone also lines up with that 4 hour swing in there perfectly. So I think that's going to be the next area of resistance. Yes, I actually quite like that grass chart. It looks very, very round bottomy and curvy. I like the curves. Sorry. I think it pulls back a bit more right now. Yeah, I think everything will. I mean, everything already is. 6% on ETH. Yeah, that's going to hopefully put in its higher low. And keep going. Nice little gain, though. Nice little bit of life. Nice little pocket of area to catch as well. So, not doing too bad. It's good to have a little bit of A little bit of volatility in the market to trade. TIA. So, TIA is just another thing which is like, it's not done anything. This has not done anything yet in terms of looking sort of like up here, higher levels and higher prices. This is still actually in a downtrend, so I want to see a higher low on this. We've obviously tested that. Let's put a line on it. Tested that. Uh, we're testing that right now. It'd be great to hold and actually gain this swing here, February. But yeah, it could be starting something for sure. Definitely could be starting for something for sure. I mean, I'm still in my long, so let's hope it gets back up into like $5 and stuff. Yeah, and lastly, hype. So hype is actually, I was gonna say was, is still in the accumulation zone. If anyone's interested in the project, I think I put some orders in 18 to 19 on 3x cross. So that one probably didn't get hit. It's just under 19, 18.9. So yeah, I'm gonna buy a bit of this on this swing. It seems to be a strong swing. The reason why that's actually tested. Yeah, the reason why I got that blue line is because I have a sneaky feeling that we could do one more and then the giga buyback, and then we're all of a sudden we're in here with the low retest, and it's like, oh my god, where did that come from? Just kind of like how Ada did. Kind of like how Ada did. Actually, it's not really the same, is it? Forget about that. Forget about it. So yeah, I think the main thing I'm watching right now is render. I'll keep my eyes on Arve just for the potential sort of like, you know, strategic reserve sort of bollocks. Near's another thing that's actually interesting me mildly that I'll keep my eye on for a possible trade. I mean, the March retest has already happened, but if we get it again, it's possible. Um, so near like render. Let's have a look at Tau. I mean, I own a decent amount of this on spot, so I'm not in a rush to leverage trade it. But it doesn't look too bad. Objective's done nothing. So yeah, in general, there's a lot of stubers that you could catch for retests for longs. However, be careful because a lot of these charts haven't broken the trend on the daily yet. But we are starting to see signs on the 4 hour and with the bull divs and stuff like that. So yeah, it's looking good. I hope we can get a nice little retest slightly lower and then we can continue up in a nice organic sort of way. I mean, this just looks a little bit toppy right now. And probably if I went to the vol, excuse me, where is the vol? I mean, we're probably going to get something soon on the 4 hour. Let's check how much on the hourly people are. We've got some shorts in position. Got some shorts to take. Yeah, and I can just check trading light to see how much. 1.6, 1.33, 3.456. About 10k worth of Bitcoin in shorts just on this high. So, sorry, 10k Bitcoin. Not 10k worth, 10k Bitcoin in shorts. I can't compare that to anything because I've just started using Trading Light again after a year, so. But yeah, I mean, anyone got any questions or any things look at. I think the pullback's a bit more. Yeah, I mean, we could do the full-on low retest and get everyone really, really fucking freaked out. Or even make one more new low, which bull divs again. And then we get the like giga spring, which actually breaks the structure. And then we start doing the thing. So, yeah, bit of caution. It's not time to go full-on moon boy yet, for sure. Um, but yeah, we have seen a really, really good buyback on the weekly. It's nice to see. Very, very good. In terms of Popcat, what's the plan on this? Let's have a look at this quickly. Above the road chart. So yeah, this is. Oh, we did have a look at this, didn't we? And I just said it's looking a bit. If this fails the march, it could be a good short. Just at least down into like 255. But you would be taking a breakout short, so be careful. That is a 10% move. It's not bad. Message me when New York opens. Does a Chad green candle for the 4-hour close after this one? Yeah, for real. I'm gonna wait. I want to wait for New York now as well. I'm not trying to. I don't want to chase anything. Like I've got all the all the stupers are fine. The levels below us look nice and ripe and untested, and you know it's just not the time to start panicking and trying to chase some sort of random trade that you haven't planned out fully. There's going to be opportunity soon, for sure. Let's have a look at some of these. There's like Arc Rig where you can always pull out like 5%. Food for thought. When Eric Trump tweeted buy the dips, did he mean this recent dip and further dips, or this recent dip consisting of multiple dips? I think he meant every single dip. Nah, he probably just meant the dip, and the dip always keeps on dipping, doesn't it? We know that the dip never stops until it does. Like the dip might not even be over right now. It feels like it's over because if you're an ADA, your bags are pumped 50%. But I mean, we need to just chill a little bit on this daily chart. We need to just relax. Relax. We have regained. The weekly looks good. There is the potential to do another retest. There's even the potential to like fail this actually and do that. So don't rule it out. Don't. But it is actually looking not too bad. So I know I've just said both sides, but I want you guys to be cautious, especially if like you're trying to make a trade or something when you see loads of people put in the profit from the weekend or something. So yeah, again, the playbook for this is Stuber from the low to the high. Okay, Stuber pocket. Next, another area, March, and we've got demand. And then if you want a really micro trade, there's a possible short on the daily open at the top in that pocket, or possibly even here nearer on the yearly open. And that's the playbook for now. So I've just joined live. Have you looked at Griffin and AXPT? I actually haven't. I'll do that really quick. So Griffin, this coin, which is dead. It's it's done something. It's gained, and we have now a higher low which has tested the low. So this is all tested. Everything here, this is fine. This is done. This is now gained. This is what we don't want to lose, and this is the first part of trend change. So test in here, retest, hopefully go up to here, and now we've got a bottom structure on the daily. Because then if we come and test that and all of that is bottomed, hopefully that'll be it. So yeah, actually looks not too bad. It might be time to DC in my bag a bit in here, just to bring my my average buy price down from, I think it's like somewhere up here. God, jeez, I think it's somewhere in here or something. But yeah, could be looking up. I did message Zeus last night, and I was like, "Is it time to try and save our Griffin bags yet?" So yeah, I do think like Griffin as a project, cool. The coin has no utility, but in the future, there's so many use cases for it with the platform. Like they could, sorry, I say like way too much. Um, they could implement various different uses for the token in within the platform or new things that they release. Average is 0.7. Yeah, that's a great average. You're chilling. You're chilling. You're fine. It's looking good. AIXBT again. Uh, kind of basically tested the low there. Gained this high, which was resistance. That's the nice retest. Like this is what you want to catch if you're trading. Sorry. This is what you want to catch if you're trading. Uh, fully tested March. Actually tested the weekly open as well. If this just stays in here, it's gonna go up to the next level. It's in an uptrend on the 4 hour. This was the bull div. You can see that there. And then that was the test of the low. You can see how these things just trade in step ladders. That's why I like Popcat, because Popcat trades like this and it's just so easy. Oh, Rio's looking horrible. But I still have a lot of faith in RWA. Rio looks really bad, actually. I'm going to have to pull a new fib on this. Yeah, it's unfortunate because this year, I mean, this cycle, micro caps have done really, really bad. Even like a lot of big caps. Look at this. Like, imagine being an AVAX holder from. Imagine you accumulated a lot of AVAX in the bear market, like here. You're like, yeah, yeah, my bags are gonna pump. Like, I'm gonna sell a large portion at $100, and then you're up like what? Say average buy is there. You're up 50% from the bear market. It's not great performance, is it? I digress though. This does look like a bottom chart. You got the macro Stuber retest of the 786, the hold of the swing, hidden bull on the 3 day with completely oversold. I mean, it doesn't have to bottom right now. We could do one more, but it's definitely the start of a bottom. I think, I would hope so. That's what the chart is saying. However, just to reiterate, this has not broken anything yet, but it probably will soon. So yeah, AX Big T looks good. Griffin looks good. That looks decent. That doesn't look too bad. Can see some nice pumps on that. Wrong. Oh, this is AI 60. Oh, sorry. AI XBT. Lol. Yeah, again, this is another one that. So we did the bull div. That was the retest. Retest. Gain. Have we? Yeah, it's a nice daily candle. That previous one. Yeah, look, it looks decent. We've got some heavy bull div on the daily. I would say that this is probably gonna ping around in here for a little bit, but it does start. It is looking like the start. You know, we got that little pop just above here, and we're holding it. So yeah, it doesn't look bad. Some of these things were looking hella bottomed last week. Hella bottomed. Crypto, TradFi crypto stocks hot during pre-market. Yeah, let's just watch this play out on Monday, and then we'll see. Yeah, I love the genius of announcing a strategic reserve on a Sunday when traditional markets are closed and Wall Street sleeps. For the first time, retail investors win. Traditional finance better catch up, or it will quickly become extinct. Yeah, it's so sick, man. I was thinking this the other day, and I was like, one of the best things that, because I was talking with my oldies and stuff like that about how expensive it is now to get a house and stuff like that. I was like, imagine if Trump actually like he does the whole crypto thing, and you can pay for things in crypto, and obviously we get a nice little like run. It's just going to be like a massive like dub for every everyone in crypto and everyone who's predominantly younger in crypto and hasn't been able to like get on the housing ladder and stuff like that. Because if you have a couple Bitcoin and you get there before the massives, then you could trade that in. You could probably possibly use that to buy a house, or like if it becomes like a thing in America, it would be so sick. It would be like a nice transfer of wealth to the youth where they could do stuff, or not even just specifically the youth. I'm just saying it for a lot of people that maybe are in their 20s in crypto and don't have a house or something. And it's interesting to think of that transfer, that he could achieve something, which would be great. No, it's really good, man. It's really good. But yeah, I think that's about it for today. We went through quite a lot. Damn, look at where my alert is on XRP. By the looks of it, everything is fairly safe to pick up now. Yeah, I mean, alts just were looking giga bottomed last week. I just think Bitcoin, it's just not out of the woods yet, is it? It's just not. And this is just untested. Actually, hold on. Hold on. That is tested. 87k, 89k, I think. We're either going to fail here and do a retest, or we're going to come up a little bit higher, and then, we might do that and then gain. I don't know. We'll have to see. Straight up would be pretty crazy right now. And just rip all them shorts. Bye bye. Even my short up here is probably not safe if we gain that. But yeah, a lot of things are looking pretty decent. Just be a bit patient. Keep your stubers there for your trading stabilizers. Keep your leverage low. Use some combination bands. Follow liquidity. Don't chase. We'll get some chances this week for sure. But yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it there. Nice little Monday sesh. It's nice and sunny outside, so I'm gonna walk to the gym. If we get a giga bull run, it's gonna completely pull me out of the hole I've been in 3 years since the last bull run. Scramping and scrapping, yeah, I know. I mean, yeah. I think we will get a little alt run. I've always, excuse me. I'm not sure if it's just stubbornness, but I've always kept being like, guys, like, we need is one Trump tweet and the market's gonna go up like 100%. And yeah, I've also this if this is the start of the bear market, or it was this dump, we're at least gonna get a retest up in here. 3,300, 3,400. Yeah, and then we'll have to see. We shall have to see. But right now, I think it's highly likely that sort of this area, this low that we've just done in holds. So yeah, let's